Am I the butthole for calling out my kid's future stepmom for treating me like a surrogate? I, 29 female, dated a guy Joe, 30 male, for 3 months before he left me to go back to his ex Kim, 30 female. Right after we broke up I found out I was pregnant and now I'm at 24 weeks. I let him know and he was ecstatic. Turns out his girlfriend had fertility issues and would likely never be able to get pregnant naturally, and he has always wanted to be a father. Getting back together was out of the question for both of us, so he's still with his girlfriend. Joe was only allowed at the initial appointment because of COVID-19 and we found out I was having twins. According to Joe, when he told Kim, she had a mental breakdown about her infertility and wanted to talk to me. I met them at their house and Kim stated that she wanted to be involved in my pregnancy because she would eventually be the children's stepmother. She started telling me that I needed to do a home birth, that I needed to formula feed so that they could have the babies half of the week, that she wanted 1 boy and 1 girl, and that she wanted the kid to call her mama since they would be calling me mommy. I shut her down and said I would make the best choices for my children and my body and left. Kim continued to be overbearing and texting me every day about my eating habits, exercise habits, and bitching about how her job wouldn't let her take maternity leave. At the virtual genetics counseling appointment, she attended instead of Joe and took over the whole meeting trying to talk about her family history, which wasn't relevant. When it came time for my 20-week level 2 scan, they allowed me 1 guest and Joe suggested I take Kim instead of him, which I refused to do. Joe did end up coming and he found out the gender because I wanted to keep it a surprise for me so we could throw a gender reveal party. I put a pregnancy announcement on my social media and then she put up an announcement saying they were expecting twins the non-traditional way and how blessed she was. I was irritated but I kept my mouth shut. Then she threw a gender reveal party and posted it on social media. I wasn't even invited. She also announced that she's having a baby shower. I commented on her posts and told her to stop treating me like a surrogate, that the kids weren't hers, and that Joe didn't have any claim or custody of the kids until they are born. I then called Joe and reiterated all of this and stated that I would not be seeing either of them until we went to family court and that my mother would be my birthing partner. He and Kim and some of her friends and family are saying I'm in butthole, and her mother even called and insisted I give her one of my babies, like this is the parent trap? So am I the butthole? Edit. I'm definitely getting a lawyer ASAP. Y'all have scared the crap out of me, but I'm happy you did. Not the butthole. Original poster. I'm not being dramatic in any way when I say this. Get a lawyer now. Keep records of everything, and whatever you do, do not allow yourself to be alone with Kim. Almost none of Kim's behavior is okay, it's in fact disturbing. Block phone numbers, file a police report for harassment if you have to. Keep yourself and your children safe. Edit. I was so disturbed by this post I had to come back and add that assuming original poster is from the US, she can go through her state bar association's lawyer's diary and find a lawyer that specializes in family law. Get a consultation and take no prisoners. Someone else here commented that you're being treated like an incubator, and that couldn't be any closer to the truth. Stay away from baby daddy as well. This is all very, very shady. And Kim's mother suggesting they split the twins between parents? WTHF. Original poster was right when she said she wasn't being treated as a mother, but the surrogate. I would go so far as to say the twins are seen as objects as well. Original poster needs to lawyer up and play hardball about custody. Kim's not going to get better here, she has people enabling her behavior. Not even a surrogate, surrogates get paid, I believe. She's being treated as an incubator. Yay. Under his eye, F. This actually makes me wonder if it wasn't the intention when the ex and Psycho G broke up. 3 months to try and make a baby with someone else is a lot cheaper than IVF or surrogacy. And that the ex gives no craps about being involved and is happy to send Psycho future stepmom should be setting off all kinds of alarm bells, especially if she's expecting to have a newborn half the week. WTF. And if I were original poster, I'd start backing text messages and screenshots of FB stuff to an email that only she and her mom know of or have access to. That way if it goes very, very badly and, God forbid, original poster is somehow injured, there will be easy access to the information. Yeah, them planning it beforehand was my first thought too. It's pretty bizarre to me that he was ecstatic when he found out. Not many guys would be elated to find out their ex was pregnant. I hope original poster stays safe and far the F away from these lunatics. And how many women would be that initially excited that their boyfriend is having a baby with another woman? I could see over time a warming up to the idea, but she was good to go right out of the gate. Highly suspicious. I thought the same thing. Joe was sent out on a mission to create a baby for girlfriend. The breakup seems to have been resolved very quickly and smoothly, considering an infertile woman wanting a baby would normally be shattered that her man immediately managed to impregnate someone else. I mean, seriously. Joe and Kim are together, they are both keen for kids, but perhaps the pressure of infertility breaks up the relationship. Joe has unprotected sex with original poster for 3 months, then reconciles with Kim. Original poster informs him she's pregnant, and Kim immediately switches to expectant mother mode. And has to have a home birth? Are they thinking, planning, that original poster will have a difficult birth? It's horrible that our minds can create such an awful idea, but damn it, terrible things have happened to unsuspecting pregnant women. I'm sure you all know what I'm referring to. Please be careful, original poster. Where I live, it's actually illegal to pay women to be surrogate mothers. Not sure, the policy in other places though. I think maybe if they're not paid they at least, get their medical expenses taken care of, etc. Don't see the buttholes of this story offering to do that. Kim telling people that original poster is giving them up, or is a surrogate, feels like a calculated way for her to manipulate the people around her, especially those who may see through her toxic behaviors into thinking that original poster is crazy once the kids are born and aren't handed over to Kim. Kim wants a big group of people to step up and say, but original poster said she could have them, and discredit original poster's position as their actual mother. She's laying the groundwork for a custody battle that she doesn't even have a say in. I'm with you on this one. It's one of the sickest posts I've read on this sub. Yup. I know the general advice has been that original poster should delete her social media, but I think it makes way more sense to have a trail of posts showing how excited original poster is to be a mom and clearly has no intention of giving them away. As long as original poster isn't posting like on my way to my 10:45 a.m. appointment at this doctor. Keeping her social should be fine, albeit locked and blocked from Kim and anyone with a whiff of connection to her. If ex and new girlfriend aren't married, I say get a restraining order for original poster and the twins against girlfriend ASAP. If the dad wants his share of custody, doesn't look like he's done anything the courts would consider inappropriate, but girlfriend is too far out of line to reason or interact with. Time to send her a message she has no claim here. If he doesn't rein her in or set boundaries, make him fight for name on the birth certificate and custody, because the last thing you or the babies need is an insanity enabler. Not the butthole. P.S. I hope ex and new girlfriend didn't deliberately plan to seduce and trick someone into being an unwitting surrogate. Don't block her number, original poster, just don't respond and document everything so you can get that restraining order. If you've got a restraining order for you and twins, it's also going to give you a lot more power in the custody case. Babies aren't going to be going to dad if he's living with a woman who is barred from seeing them. Hopefully that'll be a good wake-up call for him and maybe he'll re-examine the relationship. Girlfriend sounds unhinged. Screenshot everything. Every text conversation on every app used. Phone logs. Most especially social media posts. Including relevant comments. Screen record if you can. They'll start deleting once you lawyer up. If you have the ability, SMS Backup is an app which downloads entire text conversations with names, dates, and numbers into a PDF document. If I remember, it is approximately $8, no monthly fee. This is so much easier than taking screenshots and provides an entire record which is necessary for court, rather than statements or single text which can be taken out of context. Original poster replies. Honestly, I'm looking at lawyers now. I'm trying to keep documentation and screenshots. I wasn't sure if I could file a police report or get an order of protection for something like this. I just wasn't sure if I was being an extreme butthole or if this was warranted. Joe's mother was on my side because she thinks Kim is mentally ill and hasn't gotten help, but now she thinks I'm blowing this out of proportion. You need to run. Your family is in the South, move home. The babies aren't born yet, Joe has zero rights yet, and once the babies are born, he can make it nearly impossible for you to move. Move home. From there, then you can attempt the restraining order on Kim. And possibly Joe. You need to run. Your family is in the South, Move home. The babies aren't born yet. Joe has zero rights yet, and once the babies are born, he can make it nearly impossible for you to move. Move home. This is very important. User throwaway twin man but. Currently, you are a free person, you can live where you want. You can move and the babies go with you since they are inside of you. Once the babies are born, you will be dealing with custody with Joe. He will be an equal parent. That means, you could be legally stopped from moving and taking them with you. And likely would be? If you want to live near your family with your kids, ever, move now. It also might be a way to escape this situation somewhat. I'm not sure about that, but it's defiantly something to talk to your lawyer about. Reddit link. I definitely did this when I was pregnant and I'm so glad I did. Yes. There are domestic relations lawyers who are licensed to work in more than one state. Get home for prenatal support, perfectly reasonable, especially in light of this weirdness. Then get your lawyer in touch with one in your home state if needed. Forget the cost, protect your family. Not the butthole. And do not put this guy's name on the birth certificates until absolutely forced to by the courts. The problem doesn't lay solely with crazy britches. It lays with him too. Holy crap. It has to read this twice. Yikes. Non-creepy internet hugs. Yes. Don't put his name on the birth certificate and don't sign an affidavit of parentage or allow a DNA test unless the court orders it. You won't get child support, but you won't have to allow the children to visit him, her, or his family. In my state of view, get state aid, Medicaid. For the birth you have to meet with the court so the state can try to recoup the cost. Tell them you don't know the dad's name. It's better they think you're a slut than have him, and by proxy her, get a hold of your kids. This. Don't put his name on the birth certificate and file a restraining order against her. Don't take any chances. Be an overprotective mama bear to the fullest. This situation warrants that protection. Match her craziness level but have your baby's best interest at heart. Yes. I read this and immediately became extremely concerned for those babies. Give them your last name and protect them at all cost. She mentioned on another post of breastfeeding. Do it. It's a lovely excuse in this case for why they can't stay with dad and crazy not yet stepmother. Absolutely don't put his name on the birth certificate. Not the butthole. What in the F did I just read? Lawyer. Court. Document everything and distance the hell away from them. That woman is insane. This is the only answer. Original poster should not speak to either of them again. They can contact her through lawyers. And see if she can document enough to get a restraining order on Kim, because holy hell is that a bad Lifetime movie waiting to happen. It's making me think of private practice when the patient steals Violet's baby. I heard of something like this and the women straight up acting like the real mother. You need to talk to a family lawyer about how to protect yourself against Joe and Kim trying to gain custody out from under you ASAP. And Kim needs to see a therapist because she really is treating you like a surrogate and it's incredibly creepy. Joe not telling her to stay in her lane is also a serious problem. Not the butthole. This. 100 times this. Where I am from, when you're not married, as a woman you need to grant the father custody. You can do that 7 days after the birth, through court. If you are in a country with similar rules, do not give him custody. If you are in a country where he will likely gain custody automatically, lawyer up and do everything in your power to prevent that. Visitation for Joe? Sure thing. But his girlfriend should be kept as far as possible. Not the butthole. Edit. Some people seem to think the mom, by doing this, gives dad 100% custody. Like WTF? I'm from a Western European country, English is not my first language. I say one line about our law which is obviously a bit more complicated. But let me break this down. Again, this is a short version people, there is more to it but I ain't a lawyer. I am non-married mom to 15-month-old, in a loving relationship with the father and we live together. At 24 week we both, me, partner, went to the registrar office and put him down as father. We both signed. Day after birth, dad gives to registrar office to declare the birth. 7 days I filled with the courts to give him parental rights, custody. This is not the birth certificate. He is already on that, see, day 1. If, for whatever reason, child has to go to hospital, or something else, dad can now sign to undergo surgery, etc. He can travel and legally is allowed to make decisions for our child. That's what we want because he has an active parental role. If we were to divorce, my partner has the same rights I have. If the situation were to be toxic, like ops, I could, say, put him on birth certificate but not grant custody/rights. Child would be with the mom, dad can go to court, but judge will look at the situation and maybe grant visitations or whatever. Maybe even custody, depending on the situation. But he will have to significantly fight for that and it's unsure if he gets it. That strange law. Where do you live? Usually in most countries I have heard of when couple is unmarried the mother has more rights since the father even needs to do court-ordered DNA tests to establish paternity, unlike in marriage where the father is automatically assumed to be the husband. And usually overnight custody of babies isn't granted as long as they are breastfed. I think what they're saying is that if the mother doesn't grant the father custody, he doesn't have custody. The mother needs to grant the father custody or he doesn't have it. Wow. First, not the butthole. Second, start looking for a lawyer on how to proceed here on out. Think about supervised visitations between your children and their father, or even no visitations. You do not want that woman to have any time alone with your children. She's dangerous and her family/friends are co-conspirators. Third, tell anyone associated with that woman that they are not allowed to talk to you anymore and block them. Fourth, see about a restraining order against the girlfriend. Again, she's showing you red flags, trust them. She should also set up restrictions with the hospital staff in advance, regarding who is allowed near her and the babies before, during, and after the birth. She should explain that there is some serious concern about Kim and friends and family and that original poster feels Kim means to kidnap her children. ETA, thank you for the award. And don't forget to have it updated once the kids are born to include them. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.